Welcome to the class, my dear students. In the previous couple of lectures, we have done with the binomial distribution. We have done several problems on binomial distribution. Now, this is another special type of a question where all you are finding out in the previous lectures, in the previous problems, what is n will be given to you, what is n will be given to you, what is p is given, what is q is given. So at most, at least, or exactly all this, what is p of x is equal to x, when p of x greater than or equal to x, what it is. All these we have done in the previous lectures, previous problems, that is what we have done. Now, in this lecture, what we are doing is in the reverse way. That means p of x equal to x, the probability will be given to you. What is p will be given to you, what is q will be given to you. Your job is to find out n, how to find out the value of n. This is what the reverse way how to find out the value of n. So let us focus on this problem and let us be alert of these questions. Now, let us read the question. The probability of a man hitting the target is 1 over 4. And if he fires 7 times, what is the probability of his hitting the target at least twice? So by reading the question, what is the first thing you have to understand is what is the success. The success is what here? Hitting the target. So what we can write here is your x is equal to, x is given by hitting the target. X is given by hitting the target. So that is what the favorable event. Okay. Now when x is hitting the target, the probability of the success is also hitting the target only. Correct? The question is hitting the target. Now what is given that, what is the probability of hitting the target is 1 by 4. This is P. Correct? So this is P. This is given by 1 over 4. Is given by 1 over 4. Now what is Q? Q is the failure, not hitting the target. Not hitting the target. Could not hit the target. What is that? It is 1 minus 1 over 4, 1 minus P, which is equal to 3 by 4. Now n is equal to, in this question now in the first part is, he has already done, n is equal to 7 times. Now it's a direct question. What is the probability that hitting the target at least twice? What do you mean by at least? X greater than or equal to twice means 2. All this is direct question it is. So what is meant by greater than or equal to 2 means you are totally how many experiments are, how many trials? 7 trials. Greater than or equal to 2 means from 2 to 7 you have to calculate. Otherwise, for taking the lesser time, what we do? 1 minus of p, x less than 2 if you do, our job is done in a less time, right? So what is that now? 1 minus of p of x less than 2, what are the possibilities? You may not hit the target, that is 0, and he may hit the target once, that is 1. Understood? Now what is this? 1 minus of p of x equal to 0. Let us do this now. We know that n is 7. We know that x is 0, 7c 0. We know that p, which is 1 by 4 power 0. We know q, that is 3 by 4 to the power of 7 minus 0 is 7 over. Now p of x is 1. That means 7c 1. 1 over 4 times of 1, the power 1, 3 over 4, the power 7 minus 1 is 6. So this is what the calculation. Let us do this calculation. It is 7c 0 is 1, 1 by 4 power 0 is 1, 3 by 4 power 7. It is 0.13348 plus 7c 1, 1 over 4, 3 over 4 power 6. So that is 0.31146. Do the calculations so that you get this as 0.5551. So this is what the probability of at least 2 times of hitting the target is this. Now let us go back to the question. Let's try to read the next part. This is over. Now the second part is what? How many times must he fire? The probability of his hitting at least once is greater than 2 by 3. Try to understand the sentence properly and write in mathematics way. So here, how many times he should fire? so that the probability of his hitting at least once is greater than 2 by 3. So try to understand everything and write it in the mathematical way. So what he wanted to find out is, if he wants to hit the target at least once, how many times he has to do the trial. That is what the question. So probability of hitting the target at least once is greater than 2 by 3, then find n. This is what the question. To find the hitting of the target at least once is greater than 2 by 3, then how many number of trials he has to do. So what do you mean by this? That is, P of at least means what? Greater than or equal to. Once means greater than or equal to 1 is greater than 2 by 3 is given. Understood? Now, what is meant by P of x greater than or equal to 1 again? It is 1 minus P of x is less than 1. Correct? P of x greater than or equal to 1 means 1 minus P of x less than 1. And that is greater than 2 by 3. Okay? Now, what is 1 minus of P less than 1? What are the possibilities we have? Only x is equal to 0. For less than 1, that is the only thing, right? So 1 minus P of x equal to 0 is greater than 2 by 3. I hope you are able to understand each and every step here. And that implies what? That implies 1 minus of, let us see what is P of x is equal to 0. We don't know what is n. So n c 0 into P. P is what? 1 over 4. As I have given you the beginning of my probability in the binomial distribution lectures, this 1 by 4 is P. It doesn't change in any number of trials. The probability of the success or the probability of the failure will not change if you do whatever the number of trials in the same experiment. So it is 1 by 4 P is the same. Correct? So we can write that P is equal to 1 by 4, Q is equal to 3 by 4. This doesn't change. Okay? So now NC is 0, 1 by 4 to the power of 0, 3 by 4 to the power of n. This whole thing is greater than 2 over 3. Okay. Now what it implies? 1 minus of NC0 is 1. 1 by 4 power 0 is 1. 3 by 4 to the power of n is greater than 2 by 3. So we can rewrite this as 1 minus of 2 by 3 is greater than 3 by 4 power n. Okay. Right. Now, why 3 by 4? 3 by 4 power n. I hope it is clear. So now, what is this? Let us rewrite this. 1 minus 2 by 3 means it is 1 by 3 is greater than 3 by 4 the whole power n. Now, let us 1 by 3 greater than 3 by 4 power n. Correct? So 1 by 3 is greater than 3 by 4 power n means, let us take log on both sides. Take ln on both sides. Take logarithm on both sides. So what it implies? It is ln of 1 over 3 is greater than ln of 3 over 4 power n. That is ln of 1 over 3 is greater than, I hope you know the formula, what is ln of a power m. Can be written as m times of ln of a. So this is what you know, I think so, all of you. So we can write this as n times of ln of 3 over 4. Okay. So now what is this gives you now? Ln of 1 over 3 is minus 1.0986 and is greater than n times of ln of 3 over 4 is negative 0.28768. Yes. So what this gives you now? It is minus 1.0986 over minus 0.28768, and it will be less than n because the other side it goes, right? So what it implies? 3.8 is less than n, or n is greater than 3 by 4. What do you mean by n greater than 3 by 4? How many times he has to hit the target? It is the number of times. That means it is discrete, right? So n is equal to 4. Therefore, to hit the target, what you can write? To hit the target, at least once, he has to try 4 times. He has to try 4 times. The number of trials is n is equal to 4. This is a very important question, and what is n you are going to find out, the reverse way you are finding out. So this is try to understand properly everything. What is p given, what is q given, and the probability of p and q are the same throughout the whole experiment. So this is what the way of understanding how many number of trials. I hope you could understand. With this we have completed the binomial distribution. Thank you.